Hi, we're here today with Annie Beck. She's owner and personal trainer here at YOLO Fitness in Park Hills. Last time we met with Annie was right before the holiday season, and she was helping us out with some cross-training and ideas and the benefits of that. So today, now that we're in the training season, the full swing of our training season, we want to talk about maybe the benefits of core exercise for runners. Do you see there's a benefit for runners to do core work?
Yeah, it's definitely important for runners, especially, you're running, you're doing the same motion. We want to do things that are going to keep us keeping that proper posture when we're running so we're not pulled forward. You want to make sure that it's muscular endurance. So with our core exercises, we want to make sure we're holding them longer or doing higher reps. Things like yoga are really good for runners. Also any kind of circuit training where we're using our whole body for exercises, not as much machines.
So less weight, so when you say endurance, so muscular endurance.
Yeah, muscular endurance, so you're probably not going to be able to lift as heavy, but you're wanting to do things for a longer period of time, growing the time as you go. Also, so your rep range would more be around 15 to 20 repetitions, something like that.
Okay. Is there, other than just the core, yoga, that stuff, that's also good for core training?
Yoga is huge for core training because you're also getting the flexibility too, which is important for runners. Any kind of exercises where you have to use your own body weight, your own stuff like that, Pilates is also good for that too.
Fantastic. How long is it going to take someone to do on their day off from running if they want to do some core training? How long do you think should you spend doing the core work?
You can really, if you were just doing core and you weren't doing any different kind of exercise, I'd say in a good 10 minutes you could really, especially doing them all in a row like a circuit or just bebopping straight in a row. 10 minutes, 5 or so exercises, trying to get, maybe 3 sets of each exercise.
Now, can you do this every day, or is it kind of like weightlifting where you want to give it a day of rest, or how often should we do it? And especially from beginners, say, like, I don't do any core work now. So if I started to do some, should I do it every day? Should I do it every other day?
I would advise 2 to 3 times a week, especially if you're ending up doing a weighted core exercise, something where you're adding external resistance. Definitely a day in between so it can rest. Some of the body weight stuff, plank stuff that I'll show, you could do a plank every day. That wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Okay, fantastic. So how many, you said 10 minutes, 5?
5 or so exercises, okay. 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week.
Can you show us some?
Yeah. Okay, so first we'll start with planks are really good for muscle endurance. They're called isometric exercises, which means you're holding the exercise and you're holding it for an extended amount of time. So he'll go ahead and get down here. The first one we're going to go with is the low plank. The low plank, you're on your elbows. You have a straight line from your shoulder to your elbow, and you're holding your body in a straight line. So you're going to bring your hips up a little bit more, and this right here is why it's called a plank, because your body's like a plank of wood. So if you can only hold it 20 seconds, you only hold it 20 seconds, and then you grow the time as you go. The next one would be...
I definitely feel it once I pick my hips up.
Once you're in that nice seat. See, this is the perfect posture right here.
Yeah, it was comfortable this way.
Exactly. The next one's going to be the high plank. So it's almost like you're at the top of a push-up. You also want a straight line from your shoulder to your wrist. Maybe lift a little higher. Right about there. You're in a nice straight line. You're pulling your belly button in, tensing your abs.
Where do I want my head?
Neutral position. So maybe looking down or maybe a couple inches in front of you because you don't want to put too much strain on that neck. Next one is a side plank. So now we're getting a little bit more of the obliques. So you want to lay on your side. Once again, you have your straight line here. Feet are stacked. And your hips are up. That's a key thing. You want to bring the hips up.
This hand?
This hand can kind of relax. You don't want to put your hand down. It can kind of go on your hip if you want. And if you want to modify it, you put the knees down and keep your hip up. So the other knee can stack on top of that one. And the hip stays up. And that would be a little modified version. And you would do both sides.
Because I feel this in my shoulders.
You're going to feel a little bit of shoulder stabilization because your shoulders are helping hold you up.
Okay.
Next one is with the bands. This exercise, you could do this at home easily with a band. You can wrap it around a banister, shut it into a door. If you have one of those poles in your garage, you could wrap it around a pole. So this one right here, and I'll kind of show you first. You want to make sure that you're squared off. The side is to the band, which we would call the anchor point. Your arms stay straight and you're rotating. So it's nice and controlled both ways, just like that if you want to try to come
Sure.
So it's all about control. So when you rotate over, you're controlling it on the way back. So this is for obliques, your lower back, and your abs are stabilizing during the action. You would do that on both sides.
And I just come right back to 90.
Right
Or
back to
straight in
90 or straight ahead. Or you could move out a little further. And actually, if you bring it back here, you're still going to have tension.
Okay. I follow.
So the next one is in the same position. It's called a pail-off press. It's from this really smart Russian guy. You start at, keep the band right at the center. You're in the same position, and you are actually just holding the band straight out. So this is for core endurance. You would be shocked how difficult this exercise is. Your whole body is opposing it, pulling you. So it's your abs, it's your obliques, it's your quadratus lumborum, and it's your lower back. You would do that on both
I feel it
sides.
for sure.
Okay.
Now I'm going to hold this for, I mean, what's an average? And then I work up, obviously,
Average?
since I'm a beginner.
I'd say average sometimes can be 15 seconds, can be pretty hard when you're starting out, up to a minute. Or you could make it step out further and make it more tense and do a shorter interval again.
Okay.
But great for runners. And then last one I'll show you just to have an advanced option. This one would be an advanced exercise. A lot of people have these exercise balls at home. Your kind of lower quadrant of your abs is engaged a lot, and you're also holding a plank at the same time, so it's kind of a twofer. Do you want me to try first?
Sure.
Okay, you kind of belly flop your way out. You're in the high plank position, your knees are hanging off, and you're tucking your knees in. Tensing your abs as you go, and then you dismount the best way you can. Sometimes it's falling off as dismounting.
Ready for this?
So kind of slide your way out, there you go, right about there. Now, tuck your knees into your chest, and then bring them back. Maybe back up a little further. There you go, right there, there you go. Tuck the knees in, and think of the high plank like before. Yeah, you're in a nice straight line. Good. Just like that, 15 to 20.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Well, there's some core exercises where you can do 3 sets.
3 sets, higher reps, longer time.
Right. So that's the big thing, to work the core, and especially for endurance, since we're running probably a half marathon or a marathon, what you want to do is try to hold that, I'd say, as long as you can. Start out doing it every other day, and then progress. The less sore you are, means you can add either some more time, more reps.
Exactly, yes.
Annie, thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Running's easy. Right, left, repeat. Don't forget to smile.